And we are live. Yes, we're live on Let's Think Podcast. I'm your host, Sheikh Seven Islam Male. Everybody,
Yes, sir.
we support the feds dealer around here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Always support the feds dealer. Get your
Absolutely.
urban Islamic Sufi experience.
Yes,
Fezes,
sir.
kufis, turbans, injahas, zikr beads, whatever you need. Contact the feds dealer. And allow me to do the right and exact thing. Allow
Yes,
me
sir.
to rise, giving all thanks and perfect praises unto Allah. Highest honors to his holy prophet. Honors to the forerunner Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Honors to the Moorish Temple of America. Honors to all leadership, past, present, and future. Honors to my leadership, Brother Sheikh L, Portis L, and Grand Sheikh is M, Portis L. And honors to their staff, and honors to my guest, Brother Sharif Anael-Bey,
Uh,
honors to his into the temple, the Moorish Temple of America Incorporated, honors to all, and I mean all, participate in the uplifting program of uplifting Father humanity. Islam, Islam,
Islam.
Islam. Ah, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back on Let's Think Podcast. Back to the platform. We have our brother Sharif Anael-Bey. It's been a minute since our brother came and gave us a presentation. He's been busy. The schedule been hectic. Uh,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
that's why he had the annual convention of the Moorish Temple of America. So
Yeah.
it's
Plus,
being
I mean, yeah, there's a lot going on, but I got to get back on. I got to get back on the wagon and start becoming more regular again. You know what I mean?
absolutely
I
good.
definitely do. I definitely do. You know,
Indeed.
um, this particular presentation, right, is a serious. Um, hold on. Yeah, it's a serious matter, as relates hold on just a second. As it relates to, the we all deserve responsible information,
Absolutely. I agree.
especially in this day and time, especially in the present socio-political conditions we have. We deserve responsible information, especially about the Moorish American movement.
Absolutely.
We do, bro. Because right now, I've mentioned it before to other people. I don't think I've done it on the show, right? The Revolutionary War, just talking about the look and the complexion of warfare, was done a particular way.
Absolutely.
The Civil War didn't look the same. The theater of combat did not look the same, right?
Mm,
After the
mm,
Civil War, World War One did not look the same. Talking about trench fighting, gas fighting, all this other stuff, right? Chemical warfare. World War Two did not look the same as World War One. See what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
Vietnam and the Korean War didn't look the same as World War Two.
Mm,
What in the world what in the world makes people think that World War Three is going to look like the previous wars?
mm.
We are in it now.
Absolutely.
And listen, listen, it ain't radical to say this because it's right. It's you can watch it right online, on social media. Recently, very recently, Prime Minister of the State of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, met with key people here in the United States, young people, content creators, influencers in the United States, and he met with them as to form a team to work on his behalf.
Wow.
And he said these words: in this war, our number one weapon is TikTok.
Whoa.
That's what he
But
said.
when you think about it, right?
Yes.
Because I mean, we're looking at social media, right? But
Yes.
during those, and during the times of let's speak about the practice, the newspaper would have been that particular avenue, and he
You,
said that was
brother,
our most powerful weapon.
you hit it right on the nose. Now let's talk. Okay, I'm glad you said that, brother. That's actual fact. In 1927, 1928, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, through the newspaper, said that our newspaper, in other words, our own press, our own media, is our greatest weapon. Why would he use the word
Mm-hmm.
weapon? Answer: because we're in a conflict. What is the conflict? It's a war of narratives.
Narratives. Mm.
We're in a war of narratives. In Revelations, it talks about the war in heaven. Now, that's a slight mistranslation. Thank you, Brother Sheik 7. We're talking about a war in the minds and a war for the minds. That's the war in
Mm.
heaven. We are in
Mm.
it now.
That sounds like a more accurate description of a war for the minds.
It's, bro, the bullets are data bits and the generals are algorithms. Yeah, that's, listen,
Oh man.
here's a little hint for you, for the viewers. If you are in what we're looking at right now, if you are left leaning, if you are what I can't even say left leaning or right. I can't even say it. I can't say left leaning or right leaning. You know why? Because two different private interest groups have hijacked
Both.
liberal and conservative names.
So
They
now they're
hijacked them.
two
What you're
wings from the
looking at,
same bird.
thank you, brother. What you're looking at, that people are calling themselves the right. That's not conservatism. And the people calling themselves the left are being called the left. That's not liberalism. Mm. It's just like people in the movement. See, you got me started already. It's just like people in the Moorish movement talking about we got to restore the republic, but can't even tell you what the republic is. Mm. They don't even know the definition of a Republican form of government. Mm. See? Because if they knew, then they would realize that for the longest, they've been following a lie that the republic was abolished or the republic was abandoned. That's a lie. It's a lie. See? They don't even know. They don't know. I've done this with my students numerous times. I said, show of hands, my Kung Fu students. How many of you are against anabolic steroids? Everybody's hand goes up. And I said, okay, here's my second question. Show of hands. How many of you can tell me what an anabolic steroid is? No hand went up. What does that tell you? The fact that no hand went up with the second question totally disqualifies their opinion on the first question. Not even qualified to talk about it. You can't tell me what it is. How you disagree or agree with something you don't know nothing about?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're going to get into it today because there's a lot of this going on, especially around our movement. And some of us take this thing serious. You see what I'm saying? We take it serious. We're not going to allow people, to the best of our ability, we're not going to allow people to play with it. And that's that, you know? So it's...
Absolutely.
Yeah, so there's a lot of... And then follow me, there's a lot of... In the end, there's a lot of just innocent ignorance. People just don't know. That's why I said in the very beginning, we deserve responsible information. See?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we deserve because if I have responsible information, I can make an informed decision. But if the information we gave is hazy, right? Guaranteed I'm gonna make a bad decision. I ain't got the right info. And nowadays, people's lives and livelihood depend on it.
Absolutely.
So you deserve responsible information because you don't want nobody playing with your life, or playing with your safety, or playing with your time.
Think about our sister Gaines.
Corn Gaines. And it's, bro, there you go. It's that serious. And it's that serious.
Yeah. Yeah. But
She
see,
followed through on fugazi information and lost her life right in front of her son. And worse for me, the very people that were cheering her on, telling her she was doing the right thing, were the same people talking about what she didn't do right after she died. Y'all hear me?
isn't that wild?
It's disrespectful. It's
That's
disrespectful. It's disrespectful. It's disingenuous.
highly.
Yeah, it's mean and cruel. You know, you want to play experiment with high explosives with other people's lives. Yeah, it's wild disrespectful.
Very, that's a very serious thing right there, brother.
It really is, dear brother. You know, it really is. And what it is, and again, so I'm not, there are many of us that just don't know better. So we follow the wrong thing. Easily what does that one lesson say? Easily led in the wrong direction. Hard to be led in the right direction. Right? But then also there are those. So that's the greater amount of people that are in error. They just don't know any better.
Well, our prophet even said the only thing that would surprise him if we did do right.
If we did right. But now follow me. There are some that don't know better. There are many that don't know. They're just innocently ignorant. They just don't know better. But then there's some that realize that the vast majority or the larger percentage of people don't know better. So now they look at that as an opportunity to take advantage. You hear what I'm telling you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now they want to take advantage of other people's ignorance. So what we're doing today is, to the best of my ability, sharing responsible information about the Moorish movement.
Absolutely.
Responsible. And, you know, and here's the thing, right? It's not personal. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you disagree with me. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with it. Absolutely
nothing. We could talk about it, but for the benefit of the public, let's do it publicly. See? Because the people deserve responsible information. And I could be wrong. Here's the thing. All of us can be right. But we all can be wrong.
Absolutely.
See? Our prophet and our literature says, communicated to the ignorant for their instruction, communicated to the wise for your own improvement. I can improve too. So maybe I'm wrong. So you know what? Prove me wrong.
So that gives us the instruction to remain humble and teachable.
Praise the Lord. There you go. Maybe I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong about this presentation. Maybe I'm wrong about some of the things I'm saying in this presentation. So if you advocate for some of the things that I'm saying are wrong, then respectfully, let's have an open and public conversation about it. I want to say that ahead of time. This ain't personal. It's about the information and about the direction and objectives of it. Like one thing, I'm kind of jump ahead. I just want to give an example. When the prophet, Noble Drew Ali, during the first convention, wrapped a Moorish flag around a young sister and an American flag around a young brother, kissed him on the forehead, and then said, I now declare that you are a nation within a nation. How is that interpreted by many? Here we go. When we say nation within a nation, right? Many of us think, because I was one of them, that means a nation with a separate government adjacent to the United States, but separate from the United States. That's what I thought. Here's the problem. Well, there's many problems with that. Many problems. Prophet Noble Drew Ali in 1928 had the Moors voting in the American political system, from the national level all the way down to the local level. Well, if we're separate and distinct from the United States government and we're not citizens, how are we participating in a foreign nation's political affairs? On a previous show, I asked the guest that, remember?
Absolutely.
How we doing? Right. And how many times in our literature recorded did our prophet say he was going to help this government? One. Two, said that this was set up to make us what? Better citizens. That's what he said. So if you're saying you following the prophet and following his movement, a part of his movement, but at the same time saying you're not a citizen.
Question.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a problem.
Question. But see, allow me to interject. A lot of people,
please.
A lot of people, when they hear the word citizen or even being an American citizen, they automatically equate European experience with the.
You know what they do, brother?
American.
I'm going to tell you what they do. They do that, but you know what else they do? Because they listen to somebody who said this: citizen means subject, and the subject is a slave. That's what you hear, right? Okay. Let's explain some basic things, and it pains me to have to explain this. It pains me to have to explain. I'm going to tell you why it pains me to have to explain it. Because if any of you have children, you don't run your household that way. Listen, let me just say it very clearly. Everybody is subject to somebody or something. Everybody.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
So when people say, well, citizen means subject, yeah, it does. Or let me put it this way. Being a citizen implies being subjected to something. It sure does.
It absolutely does.
It sure does. Who and what am I subjected to in the American system of government? In the American system of government, who's the government? The people are. How do they rule or exercise rulership? By way of their elected officials. That's called a Republican form of government. It's in our literature. I'm gonna read it to you. It's in the prophets. The prophet spoke to it. I'm gonna tell you where it is. Chapter 29, magistrate and subject. O thou the favorite of heaven, whom the sons of men, thy equals, have agreed to raise to sovereign power and set as a ruler over themselves. Guess what that's called, people? That's called a democratic republic. We the people, okay, see, have agreed. That agreement is a what? Contract. Yeah. What kind of contract? Social contract. What's another name for that? A constitution. Constitution is not law. Constitution is a social contract. Law comes out of that agreement. Law is produced from that agreement. That's why that article in the Constitution reads the way it does. This Constitution and all laws made in pursuance to it and all treaty shall be, see, the supreme law of the land. That's why it reads that way. So, magistrate and subject, the first instruction gives us clear description of what? The American system of government, a democratic republic. A democratic republic, people. Yes, many of you all listened to the European sovereign citizens when they said, oh, a democracy and a republic are two different forms of government, and you listened to that. And sadly, very few of you can even tell me the definition of either one. See? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then they're following a line of, man, there's just so much. There's so much. Listen, if I'm headed to a destination and I'm 1 inch off in my direction and I walk a straight line, by the time I get to where I'm going, I'm 1,000 miles away. Exactly. You see?
Right.
And that's what's happened. People have the wrong idea. Let's get back to the example I was given about a nation. What do we mean a nation? Especially as it relates to the core American values. What did the prophet mean when he said a nation within a nation? See, in the first original questionnaire on the inside cover, there was a picture of the prophet, and the words on the bottom said this: Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the uniting of the Asiatic nation in the states of North America. That's what it said. The founder of the uniting of the Asiatic nation within the states of North America. See, follow me. No matter what state you're in, all American citizens of German descent are what? German American.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And regardless of the state they're in, they know each other as what? German Americans.
Absolutely.
So they are united as what? German Americans, a nation
within a nation.
Okay. That's what it means, people. See? You.
Islam. What's going on, Moses? How y'all doing?
Good to see you, man.
Islam.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. But that's what it means. The Japanese Americans, regardless of whatever state they're in, they're American citizens. Right?
Absolutely.
By way of what? Japanese descent nation. They're a nation within a nation. Without national identity, our people are not organized, are not united within the states of North America, are we? See? Wednesday, October 17, 1928. What took place? That was during the convention. What took place? The Moorish American Parade. When the Chicago Defender interviewed the prophet about it, what did he say about the parade? Our nationality started with this parade. Whoa. Whoa. He didn't say it started 10,000 years ago. Woo. He said it started with this parade.
And in my humble opinion, he wasn't speaking about just a nation. He was talking about Moorish American identity within and of itself.
See, we're a new people. We're still connected and tied to our ancient past, of course, but we're a new people. That's why he said, we as a what?
Clean and pure nation.
Pure because we're new. We're a new people. He raised a nation. Our nationality began with the parade. Why? Because that parade had 3,000 Asiatics who knew who they were and who their forefathers were and were living the life publicly. Displaying cultural heritage for all to see. Engaged politically, engaged economically in their communities, bro. He did it.
He absolutely did.
The parade is 3,000. There's towns around you that don't have that many in their population.
Facts.
Okay, come on, people.
This is for real.
And they all voted one way, unmoved, unwavering.
Come on, brother. You see it?
Absolutely.
See, here's the thing. We may, and I've used the word may, we may be able to argue about what the prophet said.
Okay,
You can't argue about what he did.
Facts.
Ain't no arguing that.
Mm-mm.
So all the Moorish nationality has nothing to do with citizenship, and especially American citizenship. For all those saying that, you can't argue with the fact that the prophet had 3,000 members registered to vote, and they did vote, and were instrumental in getting Oscar the Priest, the first Asiatic in the Congress since Reconstruction. That's a matter of history.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to the elder brother Taj Tariq Bey. Listen, may Allah be pleased with his good. And he has good.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time he and I met a number of years ago, y'all saw it on YouTube. That was the question. This is the question I asked him. I said, if you teach that the Republic ended in 1861 when the South seceded from the Union, and you teach that the Prophet restored the Republic, right? You already, all it takes is just some basic subtraction. 1861? The Prophet was born in 1886. So the Republic, according to you, was over 25 years before the Prophet was even born. So who was he working with?
Right.
Yeah, what politicians? Okay, was he working with the democracy or the real? Come on, people.
Yeah.
That was the question he couldn't answer. See? That was the question he couldn't answer.
Because in order to answer, you got to properly identify both.
You have to know what they are. You understand? And he gave two different answers because I asked the question two different times. When I said, well, who did the Prophet instruct the Moors to vote for? Members of the democracy or members of the Republic? Yikes.
Yikes.
See that?
Yeah.
And at first he said, he tried to deny that it took place. Man, listen, no, it took place. There's way too much historical record to show it. And then when I asked him the second time outside, you know what he said? Oh, the Prophet just had the Moors practicing. What?
Practicing?
That's what he said.
Practicing what?
Right.
He said live the life.
Either the man was a prophet or he wasn't. Either he redeemed us or he didn't.
He most definitely redeemed us. That's
right, but we have to know what he redeemed us from. See that? Like I said, there's many of us that are involved in the movement, but not committed. And there's a difference. You see? There's a difference. So, came across this website. And that's what we're going to be analyzing.
Okay.
The information on the website. Because it is full of some of these grave misconceptions. And there's a lot of people that's following these misconceptions. Some of these people sadly know better or should know better. Many of them don't. So that's what we're going to do, brother man. We're about to get into it. Audience, please get your notes out or get your pens and paper out. Also, too, share this with somebody you think needs to hear it.
Absolutely. Also, if you have any questions, super chat your questions. Super chat your questions because we're going to be in stream. And we'll get to them as you super chat them.
Well, I didn't realize there was that many people in the chat. Sheesh.
Oh, yeah, I see them in there. And honest to the chat, we got Marcus Explains. We got Ralim Mel, Islam.
Ralim is in the chat?
Absolutely.
Yo, listen. High honors
Nazarene
brother Ralim.
TV.
High honors brother Ralim Salahuddin Il. He's one of 2 people that introduced me to the movement. That's my brother. I owe him an eternal debt of gratitude.
Islam to that more. Islam.
Oh, and he's the unofficial mayor of Harlem, New York, too.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, man, I'm gonna have to come up there. I'm gonna have to come up there and let you roll the red carpet out or something.
Mo, next time, I already told you. Next time you come to New York, let me know I'm coming down, and we're gonna give you the grand tour for real. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Nazarene the Scene TV. We see the moderator in the building. Salute. Shalom.
Project Baby and me. What's up?
Oh yeah.
Happening. Happening.
That's right.
Man. We got
my brother Kalen Dale is in the building. He's in
the word.
Yes, he is.
Word. Islam Sheikh. Islam Sheikh. We gotta get that brother up here, you know?
Right.
Ishmael Bey in the building. We see
Ish. Yo, again, a number of the things that we're talking about, there was a time when I believed him too. Ish can bear witness because we was there. But it was at a time where you couldn't hide behind a computer screen and thumb box. You were really outside with the demonstration. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You really had to be there. You really had to, man.
You really had to get. You had to get up close and personal with that research too.
Yes. Islam, I see Brother Bradley Ill in the building. Islam.
Islam, Brother Bradley Ill. Adab Moore, he's in the building. Who else we got in here? Thomas Bay.
Yes, sir.
Thomas Bay. We got Brother Noble. We got Levandrius. Islam Peace.
Yep. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and get this thing started, brother.
Let's get it.
And again, this is respectfully, but listen, steel sharpens steel. Maybe you disagree. If you no worries. Let's have a conversation about it. You know?
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's have a conversation. Maybe you disagree. You might disagree. Clear and present danger. Addressing attempts to subvert the purpose, objectives, and direction of Prophet Drew Ali's movement and organization. That's what we're about to get into, people. All right, next slide. This is where, some people may get upset. That's all right. Addressing the threat, investigating and understanding its direction and objectives. The prophet said, watch your enemies, dear Moors. Your enemies are the ones that speak against your prophet and ridicule him to the very lowest, and the ones that speak against your divine and national principles of your temples. That's what we're dealing with right here. Sun Tzu said it this way: know yourself, know your enemy, 100 battles, 100 victories.
Easy.
So you got to know what it is you're up against and what it is you're dealing with. When I did the debate in 2016 with Brother Reggie, first thing I did was study his position. Maybe I'll learn something. Maybe he was right. I got to know first. I got to know what he was right about and what he's wrong about. I got to study him.
And he was right about a couple things.
Yeah.
But the overall premise and perspective was tainted.
Well, you know what tainted his premise? He didn't do what I did.
He didn't study your position.
How you going to debate nationality when you don't know what nationality is?
Oh man, barbecue chicken.
Right. Right.
Put him on the grill.
Right.
Cooking.
Right. How are you? Watch this.
Cook.
How are you going to defend calling yourself black when you don't even know what that is?
Oh man, that's the worst part.
Definitely cooked.
You see what I'm saying?
Rotisserie.
Yeah. You don't even know what that is. He was supposed to defend blackness and just presumed it throughout his. In other words, what was he doing? Relying on the ignorance of the masses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
because I'm black, I'm black, and I'm black, y'all.
Right. So you see the website in all red?
Yeah.
That's where we're going, people. That website. Matter of fact, y'all can pull it up right now. Not you all here, but the audience. Pull the site up. That's where we're going. That's what we're analyzing. The information on this website.
Oh, yes, sir. Let's strap in, buckle your chin strap.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next slide. This is at the very top. The top of this slide is the top of the page of the splash page of the website. Let's look at it. The Moorish Science Temple of America, official government entity. That's what it says. Then it says the Moorish Science Temple of America, Ecclesiastical Federal Trust number 10105905. Then it says Consulate of the United States for the Moroccan Empire.
Oh boy.
Yikes. Then it says operating under the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1786. Yikes.
Ooh, yikes.
Then it says Article 6 of the United States Constitution. Then it says Title 42 United States Code, Section 2000 BB-1.
Can I do something right quick?
Sure, of course.
Hey, listen, I gotta get him with the brother Rael. Wow. Double wow. Triple wow.
He said double wow.
That's a lot.
You know,
brother,
it is. That is a lot. And watch this. Well, you guys will see. All right, later on, further down in the slide, points of observation. 5 points of observation. 1, this group purports to be the Moorish Science Temple of America and its official government entity, or a official government entity. 2, this group claims that it claims to be an ecclesiastical, or it claims that an ecclesiastical federal trust exists under the registered name number 10105905. This group claims to be a or the, quote, consulate of the United States for the Moroccan Empire.
Ooh. Whoa.
This group claims to operate under the Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1786. And lastly, this group invokes Title 42 United States Code, Section 2000 BB-1, which means what? Free exercise of religion protected. See, here's the thing. A lot of times this happened for decades. People will throw out legal sites or cite legal phrases or legal jargon, and nobody goes to look it up. I'm one of those guys that takes the time to look up everything.
Which you should be.
Yes. All right, so we're going to deal with all of these 5 points in reverse order. So we're going to deal with the Title 42 United States Code, Section 2000 first. Next slide.
I have so many questions.
Title 42 United States Code, Section 2000 BB-1, free exercise of religion protected. This is cited from Cornell Law School. In general, government shall not substantially burden a person's exercise of religion, even if the burden results from a rule of general applicability, except as provided in subsection B. But let's not go to the exceptions just yet. We will. We are. It says government shall not substantially burden a person's exercise of religion. Now, I used to be of this state of mind, too, that under my religious freedom, I could drive without license plates because it's a part of my religious practice. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
And because we have separation of church and state, the government can't say nothing about my religious practice. You get it? This is how I used to think this way too. I did. Now, do we have freedom of religion that's protected by the Constitution? Absolutely. But now when we look at these exceptions, you're going to see something really interesting. Exception. Government may substantially burden a person's exercise of religion only if it demonstrates that application of the burden to the person, one, is in furtherance of compelling governmental interest, and two, is the least restrictive means of furthering that compelling governmental interest. What does that demonstrate to you? It demonstrates key points. These clearly show and demonstrate not only separation of church and state, but that the exercise of religion does not supersede the civil authority. Y'all heard that? It doesn't supersede civil authority, people. Your religion has no impact on traffic laws and the exercise thereof.
And that's and similar, if you don't mind me saying, that this can somewhat be likened into, you know, how the government feels about our brothers and sisters of the you know, the Salafi or the Sunni or whatever.
Yes.
Their perspective of Sharia law.
There you go.
And their wish to implement it into American society.
Right. But now, okay, so there's a big, of course, especially now with the current administration, presidential administration that we have, that's a big boogeyman.
Yes. Sir.
Right? But now there's a tenet of Sharia law in Islamic jurisprudence. A major tenet of Sharia law that says this. You ready? Here it is.
To obey the
Muslim must obey the laws of his country. How did our prophet say it? Right here. We foster the Mohammedan religion in as much as it is applicable to American life.
Boom.
See? Meaning that even in our practice of religion, it cannot supersede the civil authority, people. You can't hide behind religion and say, I can do whatever I want as long as my religion says I can.
Seeing what happened to people who did that.
Thank you, brother.
Waco, Texas.
We already know. Come on, we got it. Exactly. Y'all want to play with high explosives? Go ahead. Especially in the current social political environment.
Oh, they all for that.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
They looking for some action. They looking for wreck. So go ahead.
Bro, for real. Here's the other point. Separation of church and state doctrine is not to be interpreted to mean that religious practice can or does replace or act as an alternative to civil authority. So you got people, for instance, follow me. You got people in the organization or in the movement that claim they're part of the movement that will read Act 1 and say, Grand Sheik and the Chairman of the Moorish Science Civil America is empowered to make law and enforce laws. This is the prophet in the grand body of the Moorish Science Civil America. You know what they interpret that to mean? That we can make traffic laws, that we can make gun laws, that we can... Stop!
I like that, G.
Stop! That's not what it means. We make laws within the conformity of the purpose of the organization. And you want to know the purpose of the organization? Read the back of your questionnaire. It says to propagate the faith and extend the learning and truth of the great prophet of Ali in America, to anoint and appoint consecrate missionaries and establish the faith of Muhammad in America. That's it. You don't see nothing about civil authority, nothing about ruling, none of that's there. So yeah, we make laws. Toys R Us makes laws and enforces laws. How about that?
They definitely do. It's called corporate law.
There you go. And they're in conformity with what? The purpose of the organization.
Absolutely.
Ain't got no Toys R Us police.
Context is key.
Context, people. But sadly for many of us, context is also a moving target. See?
Absolutely.
A lot of this has nothing to do with, well, it doesn't have anything at its root, at its surface, it's faulty scholarship. But at its root is bad psychology.
And twisted sociology.
There you go. Twisted, exactly. How did Jesus say it in our literature? Your thoughts are
wrong.
Next slide. Now we're going to deal with the next point. Treaty of Peace and Friendship. What's a treaty? A diplomatic agreement between, in this case, in this particular treaty, diplomatic agreement between the United States and the Sultanate of Morocco. Hold on, between who?
The United States and the Sultanate of Morocco.
This particular treaty was instrumental in that it officially recognized the 13 colonies as a nation state in the family of nations. It was the first to do so. That is one of the major points of significance of the Moroccan treaty. Morocco was the first nation state in the family of nations to recognize the 13 colonies as an equal in the family of nations. See, that is the final, listen close, everyone, that is the final act that solidifies a nation state in the family of nations. They are actually recognized. Like, for instance, another misconception. The Vatican copied the prophet in setting up the Vatican. The Catholic Church copied the prophet. You mean to tell me that the Vatican filed in Cook County, Illinois? Exactly. All it takes is a basic Google search, people. The Vatican was formed via a treaty. Look at this slide. The Vatican was formed and recognized via a treaty. The treaty is called the Treaty of Lateran. Okay.
You
see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My brother Ralim asked a question real quick. I'll touch on it. He said, what's the faith of Muhammad? The same as the faith of Abraham, the same as the faith of Adam, the same as the faith of the first man. Allah and man are one. To oversimplify it.
Absolutely. It's a great way to oversimplify
it. That's the faith.
Yeah. Yes,
but there's a difference between faith and practice. In Arabic, the word faith, right, is millah. And the word practice is deen. So when it's translated to you be your religion and mine be mine, no, it means to you be your practice.
And to me be
and
mine.
To mine be mine.
And
as long as they point to the same thing.
And
custom alters not the nature of truth.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going to trip over your custom as long as it points to the nature of truth. Come on.
Absolutely.
All right, let's back to the treaty. It was the first treaty the United States signed with an Islamic, Arabic, African state.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially a maritime treaty. See, as the brother Sheikh Sevenil said earlier, context is king. What made this treaty necessary? European Christian nation goods weren't safe on the high seas. Neither were their people. Get a book called The Diplomatic Relations Between the United States and the Barbary Powers by a man named Ray Irwin. That's, that, and then there's other places where we can gain or gather this information, this historical information. During that time period, European slavery was a big deal. And it was our people enslaving them. Even while we were going through slavery in America.
And one got to understand it too. I mean, You might want to investigate what a pirate is.
Ha! Thank you, brother. That's right.
You know?
That's right. That's right. What they call the Barbary powers.
Mm.
Yep. And Barbary does not relate or delude to Berber. To barbarian. It relates to the word Berber, North African or Northwest African.
Mm.
All right. Key points. Parties to treaties are nations, not individuals.
Ooh.
Nations. And there were two parties to this treaty. The United States, which represents its what? Citizens. The Moroccan Empire, which represents its what? Subjects. So if you're not a citizen of the United States or a subject of Morocco,
what are you?
You are not a party to the treaty. And if you are party to the treaty, on what side are you?
Yeah.
Prophet Drew Ali said that we're what? American citizens. So were we represented in the treaty? Yes. Under who? The United States.
Project Baby and Me asks, so the MST of A Inc. is not a city-state like Washington, D.C. and the Vatican?
Washington, D.C. is not a city-state. Don't believe those sovereign citizen types when they talk about the Act of 1781, because there's no such thing.
Ooh.
We'll talk about that too. When you hear people just take things too far. I mean, they take a misconception and then they walk it 20 miles.
And a lost.
Bruh.
In a ditch.
There is absolutely watch. What happened is that a number of these European sovereign citizens threw out this misconception that DC is synonymous with federal government.
What?
It's not. Federal government meets in the District of Columbia. See?
Oh man.
Yeah. And the so-called Act of 1781 does not say that the District of Columbia is the federal government. It doesn't say that. It doesn't. The problem is that somebody said it does, and the other people who listened never read the act.
Just accepted their teachings, huh?
They just accepted their teaching.
Gods they know nothing of.
Right. They never read it. All right, let's continue. Treaty law only comes into play in legal affairs if the individual in question is a citizen or subject of the foreign nation that is party to the treaty. In other words, you have a subject of the Emperor of Morocco in the territorial bounds of the United States, and he ends up in court. That's when treaty law comes into play.
Yeah, hand him over.
So that would mean the subject of either nation would have to be caught in the other jurisdiction, or that's the only way it makes sense.
It's the only way it can work.
Yeah.
See, the erroneous thinking, follow me, the erroneous thinking has people trying to put square pegs in round holes. Because now you got to try to make the erroneous thought make sense in the proper context. And now you're putting square pegs in round holes. So they'll say, no, well, so what is the erroneous thought here? Well, if or when I end up in court, pause. Why?
Right. What are
is
you
that
doing?
your concern? Why? Why is that? Well, when you go to court, why is that your concern? What are you doing? to where you got to develop stopgap measures ahead of time just in case you end up in court.
Right.
Even at its very best, that's called scraping by. Keeping your head above water, making a way when you can, temporary layoff, easy credit ripoff. Ain't we lucky we got them?
Good times.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, exactly. That's what that is.
Temporary layoffs.
Right. Easy credit ripoff, scratching and surviving.
Scratching and surviving.
We lucky we got them. Dun, dun, dun. Come on, that's crazy.
Good time.
Right. So that's a problem, right? So, but the idea, the false premise is this, or the false ideal is this: the law doesn't apply to me because I'm not a United States citizen. I'm a Moor. Okay, pause. Nobody's denying that. But what does that got to do with the price of tea in China? You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. You're trying to say that you should not be governed, or your activities or whatever shouldn't be governed by American law. They should be governed by treaty law because you are the subject. Listen close to the wording. You're a subject of a foreign power in amity with the United States via treaty.
I have another question.
Go ahead, brother.
Where are these people at in this empire?
That's a good question, ain't it? Because I guarantee you, if they won't, but if a judge or magistrate decided to entertain this thing on the record, those are the types of questions they would ask.
Okay, who's leading you?
Like they may ask this simple question. Here we go. So you're the subject of a foreign government that is in amity with us via treaty. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Okay. Let me just ask you, what is the name of the King of Morocco today? Well, the Moors are indigenous. I ain't ask you. That ain't what I asked you. What is the name of your king that you are subject to? Because there really is a kingdom of Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
And a nation is a what, people? A political community. That's what a nation is. Whether they have possession, whether they have territorial authority over us, over a parcel of land or not, is irrelevant. See?
Yes, sir.
You know? Okay. In other words, that judge would ask you a basic civics 101 question.
Whoa.
That's what that is. What's the name of your king?
Mm-hmm. And next question. Is he going to let you back in or is he going to refuse you?
Hold on. Will they even speak for you? How about that?
That too.
Mm.
How about that? Will they vouch for you?
Right.
Or is this just something that you just kind of put together based on some scant historical and ethnological information? You found out that you're a descendant of Moroccans, but born in America.
That's the key.
Okay. You have at least verbally attached yourself to a movement called the Moorish American movement. But you have not availed yourself the proper study of what it is you attach yourself to. And the founder of that movement says that the movement is dedicated to making what? Men and women better citizens.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's what it says. See? How did Denzel Washington say it in American Gangster? Call it what you want to call it. Just don't call it blue magic.
Magic.
Just don't call it blue magic.
That's all.
Just don't play with my brand, bro.
That's all. Exactly. Now let's continue. The phrase "nation within a nation" is commonly misunderstood to mean or imply a separate government adjacent to the United States government on American soil. It is a key component to core American values, as the United States or the USA is a singular nation made up of citizens from other nations. In other words, German Americans, Irish Americans, Japanese Americans, etc. Those are nations within a nation. That's what is meant. That's what is meant by nation within a nation, people.
And they're recognized by their government.
And all other nations of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
See how that works?
Mm-hmm.
Why they recognize? Because it's historically sound. That's why.
And also, we should look at it like this, all other nations of the earth could also reflect the fact that all other nations reside here within this nation.
See, in certain orders, secret orders, there's something called the magnum opus, the great work.
Mm-hmm.
The prophet referred to it. He called it the what? The great program.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the movement is part of the great program. This great program is social alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
The Latin phrase e pluribus unum directly implies this social alchemical process. One nation can be formed, made up of people from many different old world connections.
Mm-hmm.
That is core American values. There is no room in that for color code, race classification, or white supremacy or racism, which tells you what? America is not synonymous in its core principles. It's not synonymous with Europeanism.
Right.
White supremacy hijacked American values.
And
that's why
we...
the prophet said, I'm going to help this government. See?
Mm-hmm.
See? Mm-hmm. He didn't say, he said, I'm going to help the government. See, during that time period, let me explain this too. Again, context, historical context. Let me explain this. During that time period, you had President Hoover, who said, and also to what was going on during this time period, the Great Migration, millions of immigrants.
The hyphenated American.
You got it, dear brother. You got it. You got it. You just said it, bro. There it is. Let's read the prophet's words. This is what he said in the divine warning by the prophet of the nations, when he said, I love my people and I desire their unity and mine back to their own free national and divine standard, because day by day they have been violating the national and constitutional laws of their government by claiming names and principles that are unconstitutional. If, listen close, if Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, and Arabians are forced to proclaim their free national name and religion before the constitutional government of the United States of America, it is no more than right that the law should be enforced upon all other American citizens alike. In other words, you're enforcing that law on these immigrants. Why aren't you enforcing it on the Negro? Matter of fact, why aren't you enforcing it on yourselves?
Because really, first and foremost, for them to enforce it upon the Negroes will automatically, basically, force themselves, to recognize that these Negroes are applying to the constitutional regulations.
Yes, and guess what else it does, brother? Remember what I said about white supremacy? White supremacy is not synonymous with Americanism. They've made it appear to be so. White supremacy hijacked Americanism.
Uh-huh.
And white supremacy is what? Based on what? Color code race classification, which is what? A caste system. And what is the framework of that caste system? Black and white. That's it. So if the United States government forced us to apply to this constitutional standard, there's no more black.
Nope.
There ain't no more white then.
And their show is over. And their show is over. You see it?
More racism.
You see it? That's what the prophet meant when he said the time has come when every nation must worship under its own vine and fig tree, and every tongue must confess its own. In other words, this black and white thing is out of here.
Mm-hmm.
The caste system is out of here. What comes before love? Purity. And how was that described by Elihu? Naught can pull down the mountain or raise the valley. In other words, make things equal, but purity. Mm-hmm. And Islam allows us what? To see eye to eye with everybody.
Yeah.
We don't look up or down to anyone.
Meet them on the level.
You on the thing. Come on, bro. You talking that talk.
Mm-hmm.
See? That's right, Brother Ralim. One free national name. The citizens of all national governments, according to their free national constitution, are all of one family, bearing one free national name.
And that's American.
We are all American citizens. But remember, America is the cauldron for the magnum opus, social alchemy. America is the cauldron. See? So we're all American citizens by way of national descent. That's what President Hoover and Coolidge were against. What were they? No, they said that the hyphenated American was the most dangerous American. Why? Because of what we're talking about right here. Dangerous to what? White supremacy, Euro dominance. That's what it's dangerous to. See? That's what it's dangerous to. What were they promoting? The WASP, White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Y'all saw the movie Gangs in New York? Leonardo DiCaprio?
Absolutely.
Right? His father would lead a gang, an Irish gang, immigrant gang called the Dead Rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel Day-Lewis was the leader of the gang, right? The Butcher. He was a leader of the gang called, what do they call themselves? The Natives. Why did they call themselves Natives? Because they were Europeans. Why they call themselves Natives? Because they said we're the real Americans. We're European colonists that were already here. You guys are immigrants. You just came. We were born here. See? Ain't that what you're seeing right now happening right in front of our eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Get you some raw meat, boy. Boom.
You see what I'm saying? This is what bro, our prophet was something else. Our prophet was something else.
Absolutely, man. He was a master alchemist, man.
Facts.
Right. Okay. All right, next slide, people, because we can stay on that one all day.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get to this one. my good brother Ralim is going to like this. Let's talk about consular authority, because these guys say they're consulars. They're consulate generals and consulates. That's what they say. A council functions similar, CONSUL, similar to a diplomat. So let's look at it. Consular authority. Title 22, United States Code, Chapter 2, Section 141. That number looks a little familiar from something else, don't it?
Hold on. I might be on the wrong.
I already see it. I can see his. I already see his wheels turning. Listen close. And this is for the audience, but also too for Brother McGrifffield and Brother Sheik 7. That number was the number that our good brother Charles Mosley Bay chose as the registered number for his original work when he registered it with the Library of Congress. AA 222141-A. And now you know why. So when you see people putting that on their paperwork like they know what it is,
Crazy word.
Well, here's where it's crazy. Watch. Let's just read it first. Like I have an actual print of it on the right side of the slide. Let's just read it. Judicial authority generally. Before we even go into it, let's talk about what a consular court actually is. Y'all remember the movie? I'm drawing a blank on the name of the movie. But our Asiatic brother from West Africa, he played
Amistad.
Amistad. Thank you, brother.
Give us free.
Yes. So when they were hauled into court, and there were representatives of different nations trying to lay claim to them, remember?
Mm-hmm.
That was a consular court. And the individuals there representing different nations were consuls to those said nations. That's what consular court is, people. Now, before we go any further, remember, what type of science or what category of science does nationality fall under? Law science, legal science? No. Political science? No.
Social science.
Thank you. Nationality is a sociology term. It's not a legal term and it's not a political term. If you read Black's Law's Dictionary of definition of nationality, it says nationality determines political status. It doesn't equal or equate to political status. It determines it. And I can explain it very simply and very easily. Here it is, people. In the American system of government, who makes the law? The people. How? Through their elected representatives. Watch this. If you think nationality is a legal thing, that means you're fighting laws that are already made by people who are already socially predisposed about you. That means you're backwards. That means you're late to the party. The prophet said, if you doubt whether my principles are good for the salvation of my people, go to those that know law. Where? In City Hall. Well, what people deal with law in City Hall? Lawmakers do.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to the lawmakers, what are you doing? Accessing your government the proper way. Now, here's the question. Where would you rather be? At the table with the lawmakers deciding how the laws are made for the benefit of your community and your family, or arguing the law after it's made after the fact with an administrative magistrate? Which one?
I'd rather be at the table.
Yeah.
All day long. You see what I'm saying?
Because then you can affect change from the start.
You're doing it the right way. Hold on. That's why Act 4 reads the way it does, divine constitution and bylaws. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. In other words, we're part of we the people. Who makes the laws in the American system? The people. How? Through their elected representatives. See, this thing is tight and it's simple. It really, really, really is.
Project Baby and Me podcast, Honors and Gratitude. He said, I thought America was founded as Christian.
Not even close. All you got to do is look up the words of Thomas Barclay. There's people right now in the executive branch that when you mention Thomas Barclay, they grit their teeth. You know why they grit their teeth? Because it's not open right now. It's not even radical to say. They're pushing for a Christian theological state and turn America into that. And America was never. That's why you have separation of church and state. That's why you have guaranteed freedom of religion. Because the United States never was a Christian nation. It's made up of people from Christian nations and other nations.
Mm-hmm.
But it was never the United States. The government is never a Christian nation. Thomas Barclay's words in the Treaty of Tripoli say it explicitly. See? Sure does. Now, I bring all that up to say this about this slide, consular authority. People are looking at, well, a consul is dealing with law, international law of different nations as it applies. Okay. But you could see how they walked far with the wrong idea to begin with. Nationality is not legal, it's social. See? They had the wrong idea and walked too far. They found things that agree with the wrong idea. I know, I did it too. All right, let's read this. Consular authority. But the Jarvis Seal is already ahead of me. I see him.
Oh, yeah.
To carry into full effect the provisions and treaties of the United States with certain foreign countries, the ministers and consuls of the United States in China, Siam, Turkey, Morocco, Muscat, Abyssinia, Persia, and the territories formerly part of the former Ottoman Empire, including Egypt, duly appointed to reside therein, shall, in addition to other powers and duties imposed upon them, respectively, by the provisions of such treaties, respectively, be invested with judicial authority described in sections 141 to 143, right? Which shall appertain to the office of minister and consul and be a part of the duties belonging thereto, wherein, and so far as the same is allowed by treaty and in accordance with the usages of the countries in their intercourse with the Franks or other foreign Christian nations. Stop right there. It says the Franks. All right, look under that. Repeals. Section repealed by joint resolution August 1st, 1956. Stop. What does that mean? In other words, this whole thing was repealed in 1956. You know why it was repealed? Because the United States relinquished any authority it had in Morocco. Now, I already know how people are going to try to interpret that. Oh, that means that the United States has no jurisdiction over Moors. That's not what it means. It's not what it means. Okay? During this time period, Morocco was under what? French protectorate. In other words, French occupation. That occupation ended when? 1956. Now you see it. That occupation ended in 1956. In Moorish American history, there was a brother, a super mover and shaker. Salute to this brother. Brother Frederick Turner Ill.
Yep.
Originally out of Temple 21, Brooklyn, New York. Frederick Turner Ill was that guy.
Yeah, they call him the international more, didn't he?
But you know, one of the reasons he was able to do some of the things he was able to do and intervene in certain issues when it came to Moorish Americans? Because he was doing it as a consul. And it was before 1956. You see that? That's why he was able to do what he was able to do. Wasn't able to do it after 1956, though. All of this was repealed, people. There is no consular authority. See that? Now,
honest and gratitude to East 49. But is this considered a freeholders meeting?
I got to be honest. I'm not familiar with the wording. I know what freehold is, but ask him if he can further explain his question.
He said the live, is it a freeholders meeting or just a live? My apologies. What this is a live stream that is geared to do exactly what we are doing, is trying to address misconceptions as well as just give information to those who want it and those who would believe.
Right. Right. That's another thing. Let me back up and say this too. A nation is a political community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even in American society, as American citizens, there's an Irish vote bloc. There's a German vote bloc. Why? Because they deal with German issues as it relates to American citizenship. Irish issues deals with American citizenship. So being sovereign and separate from the United States is irrelevant. You don't have to have that to still be considered a nation. See? We're still American citizens. German Americans, while dealing with German issues, are still American citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Just like they're like, we still dealing with the Negro problem.
Right. And watch this. World War II, who got put in internment camps? American citizens of Japanese descent.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we were at war with Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Put
And you
it
watch
on.
and then you can watch how sociology trumps politics right there within that situation.
Sociology trumps politics, and politics trumps the law. And that's just the fact, people. Why does sociology trump all of them? Because sociology determines how people are thinking about things before they make laws.
Mm.
That's how.
Mm. That's how the laws are made.
So if you see nationality as a legal demonstration that you should be dealing with in courts, you lost from the start. You're already 10 steps behind.
Out of there.
Yeah. You dog meat already.
Cooked. He cooked.
You dog meat already.
Right off the bone.
Right, exactly. Already dog meat. See? It's important to understand the basics, the essentials. This is not some, I'm an autodidact. I'm self-taught. The more, okay, good luck. I guarantee you're not getting no YouTube trained doctor to do brain surgery on your daughter. You're not getting no, you Dr. So-and-so, yeah, I'm autodidact. I'm self-taught. See you later. Yeah, right.
Hey, my question is, Mo, is like what happens when these folks catch up to these people?
Brother.
Who be like sovereign citizens and I'm not a citizen. I'm not.
Let's talk about sovereignty for a second. In the American system of government, what is sovereignty? Man, matter of where is it? Hold on. Do I have it here? Or I think I have it somewhere else. I got it somewhere else. Sorry. It's at the other spot. Yeah. Black's Law Dictionary. Matter of fact, somebody in the audience do it. If you got a Black's Law Dictionary, especially because I got a third edition. Mine's old. 1933. Right? Black's Law Dictionary, look up the word the sovereign people. Look up sovereign people. Just look it up. Anybody who thinks that sovereign people means sovereign individual, you're about to get your bubble burst. Somebody look it up, please. Look up sovereign people, Black's Law Dictionary definition. Reggie B, salute to you, brother. I appreciate the comment.
Oh, here you go.
What does it say? Read it, brother.
According to Black's Law Dictionary, as cited by the law dictionary, sovereign people refers to the entire citizenry of a sovereign state collectively who have the power to elect their representatives and public officers. In essence, it is the whole population considered as the source of supreme power in a self-governing nation.
There you go. So guess what? So in other words, like in my third edition, it says, right, the body of citizens, of constituent citizens, in other words, voters, the body of constituent citizens and electors who exercise the sovereign power by way of their elected representatives. In other words, the sovereign power in the American situation, in the American system, is voting, people. It's being engaged in the political process. Bingo. See that? And it's called popular sovereignty. Why? Because it doesn't rest in one individual. We know the whole no kings thing. It doesn't rest in one individual. Never did. It rests with the people.
Boom.
See? The people. And it says, as some other people put in the chat, salute to you all, you who looked it up. It says, how is this sovereign power exercised by the people? Through their chosen representatives. That's the definition of a Republican form of government, people. Now you know.
Boom.
So now that you know that that's the definition of Republican form of government, has the Republic ever left?
Never.
Thank you.
And guess what?
Yes, sir.
Y'all still citizens.
Still.
Did you see it say the citizenry?
Still.
Stop the cap.
Exactly. See that? Okay. Let me see where we at. So that consular thing, yo, bro, it's an extrapolation of a wrong thought and a wrong idea to begin with. And what's the psychology? Trying to escape authority of law.
That's not even the purpose of a consul.
See that?
Not even the purpose of a consul.
It's not. Oh, it gets better. Matter of fact. Okay, do me a favor, because I got this slide out of order. Go 2 slides. 2 slides.
1, 2.
There you go. And then we're gonna go the next time. For the next time, we're gonna go back.
Okay.
Let's look at it, people. See, here's the other thing too. Oh, you're a consul? You're a consulate general? Okay, y'all remember back. Y'all remember the first Matrix movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they broke into the government building, they got all the way to the top of the building, there was a helicopter, and Neo asked Trinity to say, can you fly that helicopter? She said, not yet. And then she did the bloop, 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 and then she could fly it.
Yeah.
We could do that right now. It's called Google and Wikipedia. Bro, we can fact check on the spot.
Facts.
We can fact check on the spot. You're a consulate general? You're a consul? I need somebody, man. Let's do it. Google, matter of fact, man, Google engines now are AI run. Just ask the question. What are the requirements of a consul of the United States? That's all you gotta do.
What are the requirements
of a consul
in the United States?
Yeah. Of course, you see the slide. I did the work for you already, but everybody can do it. It ain't hard. Project Baby and me said we're all sovereign. Collectively, we contribute to the sovereignty. But guess what that also means? Ready? That means we're subject to our own sovereignty. That's what makes us citizens. Because what? We agree to the union. We, the people of the United States, in order to what? Form a more perfect union. We agree to it.
Mhm.
O thou favorite son of heaven, whom thy sons of men, thy equals, have agreed to raise to sovereign power and set as a ruler over them. Come on, it's right there.
To become a career consular officer in the United States, one must be a U.S. citizen, at least 20 years old, and under 60 at the time of appointment, and pass a rigorous selection process that includes the Foreign Service Officer Test, a personal narrative, and oral assessment, medical, security clearance, and a suitable review. Other individuals, such as honorary consuls, may have different requirements, such as being a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident and
Mm-hmm.
not holding a conflicting office with the United States government.
Mm-hmm.
Requirements for a career consular: citizenship must be a U.S. citizen, um, be at least 20 years old to register and not older than 59 when registered,
Mm-hmm.
must be at least 21 and not yet 60 at the time of appointment. Education, be a high school graduate. Selection process: foreign service officer test, personal narrative, oral assessment, medical and security clearance, and a suitable review. Flexibility and core attributes.
Now, let me stop you right there, brother. See, you're talking about a consul representing the United States in a other foreign nation, which
Mm-hmm.
still pretty rigorous, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the requirements of a consul of a foreign nation in the United States? Because that's what some of these people are claiming to be. The brother Afro Samurai said this: unless you expatriate with U.S. citizenship with the U.S. State Department, then pledge allegiance to the Empire of Morocco and its treaties, you can now represent the empire as a consular. Okay, hold on. It ain't that easy. First and foremost, right? Allegiance to the Empire of Morocco. How you do that? And what is the Empire of Morocco? I'm not saying there is none. I'm just saying, where is it and what is it and how do you do that?
And what is their seal?
In other words, there's got to be somebody you can go to or some entity, right? And it can't be a website.
And they have to have the proper documentation.
And even if that's the case, now follow me. Let's follow our brother Afro Samurai. Let's say you do all of that. Okay, now you can be a consulate. Pump your brakes. You got to go through this. You ready? A consul from a foreign nation must be a foreign national, not a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, and must have official approval from the U.S. Department of State. In other words, a consul, a foreign consul, exists as privilege by way of the U.S. State Department. They must complete a visa application, provide a diplomatic note from their government, have a valid passport, and meet other requirements to receive official accreditation. The U.S. State Department must officially approve the appointment. In short, a foreign consul operating within the United States exists at the will and pleasure of the U.S. Department of State.
Man, you hear all that stuff. Man, most of these dudes don't even have IDs and driver's license.
Cousin I burnt the birth certificate. So
You see what I'm saying? Like I said, we got to be responsible, people. We got to be responsible. Because believe it or not, very soon people's lives are going to be on the line over stuff like this.
Oh,
if not already.
Oh, well, I hope he's been paying attention.
Corin Gaines, the brother in Pittsburgh that was hanging the flag out his truck, talking about, with all kind of expletives. We can name more.
Oh, but yeah, he went hard.
And now he got recycled.
Yeah.
He got to come back to the manifest and try it again.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because they definitely cut the cord.
Yes. Here, so let me go over this on the left side of the slide. Historical overview. Title 22 United States Code, Chapter 2, Section 141, is an historical and repealed law that granted judicial authority, not political, not social, judicial, to U.S. consuls and ministers in certain foreign countries to include Morocco. It was repealed August 1st, 1956, as the United States relinquished jurisdiction, or in other words, its jurisdictional interests in Morocco, which at that time was under what? French occupation. Upon the completion of the joint declaration ending French occupation of Morocco, ending the French protectorate via the Treaty of Fez in 1912. Sections 141, 142, 143 formed the legal basis for United States consular courts, which had judicial authority over citizens in specified foreign territories. Did you catch that?
It only had authority over the citizens.
Over United States citizens who might happen to be in Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
These sections were repealed August 1st, 1956 by Public Law 857. Relinquishment of jurisdiction over Morocco in no way means the U.S. government has no jurisdiction over Moorish Americans. It's not what it means.
Mm-mm.
Not what it means. Mm-mm. All right, go back one slide, brother. Now let's deal with the another point that they assert. This group asserts that the affidavit filed July 20th, 1928 is an ecclesiastical federal trust.
Whoa.
Well, now let's just state the obvious. An affidavit filed at a county level, in this case Cook County, the state of Illinois, is not and cannot be federal. That's just obvious. That's just the obvious.
Oh man.
Here's the next obvious thing. An affidavit is not and cannot be a trust.
Mm-hmm.
The affidavit format required by the Religious Corporation Act, Smith-Hurd's revised statutes, does not fulfill the requirements of the Illinois Trust Code. Woo! How many of y'all ever heard of Illinois Trust Code? So you didn't know that the state of Illinois actually has laws governing how trusts are created and filed.
Mm.
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 So if it was a trust, or there is such thing as an express trust filed by the prophet, it would have to fall under the guidelines of Illinois Trust Code, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir. Especially if it was Illinois Trust Code was in existence during his time.
And it was. See that?
Boy.
Now here's a big one.
Apples are not oranges, people.
Say it again. Here's a big one. See, because this whole trust thing came as, again, people have a wrong idea or misconception, and then they find ideas or concepts that fit the misconception. So this whole trust thing, this whole notion that the prophet formed a trust, is based on a huge misconception.
The biggest.
Predicated on a misunderstanding of the mandate the prophet received in Cuba. And let's keep it a buck, people. The only place you or I ever heard about this mandate in Cuba was in the oral statements issued by Brother R. Love Hill.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And it says at this convention, the prophet received a mandate for the land. That's all it says. What did we all presume, myself included? No, we presumed. This is going to be a bombshell for a lot of you. This is going to be the first time some of you have ever heard what I'm about to say. And we can back it up. Shout out to the Allende brothers who did the field research on the ground in Cuba.
Absolutely honest to the brother.
That said, our misunderstanding, and it was mine too, was that when you hear the words mandate for the land, you presumed, and I presumed it meant ownership of the land.
Mm-hmm.
So then we figured, oh, well, the prophet had to move fast. And he owned all the Americas. That made him dangerous. So he had to find a way to protect it. So he put it in an express truck. Sound familiar?
Boy.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Shout out to my brother Hakeem Bey. He was teaching this back in the 90s. I was with him. I was there. He was wrong. I was wrong too. Some of us seem to think that because we wear a fez or a turban that we can't be wrong or we can't admit it.
Where is Hakeem Bey?
Good question. Good question. He's low key these days. He's low. He's low. And then another point, it's at the bottom of the slide. The use of the word ecclesiastical here betrays the misunderstanding that religious freedom supersedes civil authority. We already dealt with that. But let's go back to this whole mandate issue. Okay, well, smarty pants. It says mandate for the land. What else could it mean? Well, we already know, don't we, Brother Kalen Dale? Don't we know? Now you all are about to know. When the prophet was in Havana, Cuba, he was not at the. We thought this too. There was a conference called the Sixth Pan American Conference on Private International Law. We thought he was at that one. There were over 15 different conferences going on during that time period. That was just one of them, and he didn't speak at that one. He spoke at another one. We know the one he spoke at. And it wasn't nations per se at all of these. There were nations at some of them. Other people were invited too. NGOs were invited. Religious organizations were invited. Civic organizations were invited to some of these. So, okay, again, what was the mandate for the land? You guys ready? Ooh. He got a mandate. Guess what the type of mandate it was, people? A religious mandate to teach Islamism in the Americas. That's why you hear us say when we give honors, right? We give honors to the charter, which allows us to teach Islamism in America unmolested. That's why the prophet said it was incorporated, the organization was first incorporated January 29th, 1926 as a civic corporation. But since the work of the organization was largely religious, see, the organization was changed, it says. See that? So we dispel that myth. It wasn't the prophet owned all the land. No, it was he was given a mandate to teach religion on the land.
Oh, that explains it. Because that explains, because Islam was almost outlawed over here at one point, right?
See, Instruction 6 in chapter 45 tells you some interesting things, right? Now, think about what we're talking about now, and then go back to chapter 45, instruction 6, or instructions 2 through 6. Colombians, Nicaraguans, and the natives of San Salvador and Central America, etc. All of these are Muslims. Boom. Yeah. Those are some of the same nations present at that conference.
Makes sense.
See? Shout out to Brother Raphael the Moore. He said, y'all start over. I missed it.
And there you go. Yeah, I'll start over. I missed it.
Now watch this. Now let's look at this slide. Back at the slide. Express trust, because that's what people. Okay, see, some of y'all don't. There's more contemporary history that many of us just don't avail ourselves of. This whole express trust thing got started with a brother out of D.C., the late Frank Louis Anael-Bey. We used to talk to the guy long before I joined the Moorish Temple of America. He claimed that he was the guy that started this whole trust thing. The prophet established and expressed trust and blah, blah, blah. He started that. And guess what he said? He said he was the trustee. Which means the trustor, the grantor, had to convey the trust to him. The prophet passed long before this man was alive.
Come on now.
How could he pass you anything?
Thank you.
Right.
Wow.
Now, here's the definition of an express trust, people. A legal arrangement created deliberately with the intent to create, being clear and intentionally stated by the settlor, using specific language to demonstrate the same along with the desire to be legally bound. In other words, it is not ambiguous at all. An express trust is not an implied trust. See? So when they say that, because a number of people that advocate this whole trust thing say, well, you know, how can I put it? What is being entrusted? What is the value of the trust? What is being entrusted for the beneficiaries?
Right.
They point to chapter 47, instruction 7. Their dominion and habitation extended from Northeast and Southwest Africa across the Great Atlantis, even to the present North, South, Central America, and also the Atlantis Islands, Mexico and the Atlantis Islands, before the Great Earthquake, which caused the Great Atlantic Ocean. They say that that's the conveyance of the trust. Where in there does it say, I hereby grant the Moorish Americans this land? It doesn't.
It wouldn't. It didn't even exist that way.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, boy. Boy, this man, oh, man.
Now, the brother who put together this page, I'm not trying to shout him out, but this is a post that the brother put up. Islam, this is our charter and treaty for the Moorish, American, Muslims, and Asiatics. What? You know what he's talking about, right? He's talking about the affidavit.
Jeez.
That was exactly the affidavit that was filed in Cook County.
Come on, G.
We didn't create this affidavit format. This affidavit format was created in 1872 by the drafters of the laws that are called the Religious Corporation Act. Yo, we got to stop, man. We got to do better.
Sure.
We got to do better. We got to do better, people.
Wow.
Yeah. We got to do better.
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, next slide. Go two down.
2 backwards?
No, 2 forward.
Or 4?
One more.
I just read that all that. My head got hurt a little. My head got hurt a little.
Bro, this stuff is dangerous at this point. It's dangerous.
It is.
Because remember, let me remind everyone, this is World War III. Information is bullets now.
Yeah, the digital age.
It's a war for your mind. So if you were swayed in the wrong direction from some bad information, you were hit and you were bleeding out. This representation, here we go. The Moorish sign symbol of America is not a separate government from the United States. Pause. You got people, but. Smith-Hurd's revised statutes it says it's a corporate body and politic and shall remain so. Yeah, Toys R Us is a corporate body and politic. Are they an independent nation? All corporations are corporate body and politic. See that?
Mm-hmm.
There exists, now this is the part, again, dealing with Hurd's revised statutes. There exists absolutely no law at the local, state, or federal level that provides the means to create a governmental entity separate but equal to or greater than the creating authority. There are no laws in the state of Illinois or the county of Cook that provide for it to create a corporation that's independent of the United States. Stop it, people.
And if that was the case, like they said it was, then the South would be the South and the North would be the North.
Thank you, brother. If that was the case, in 2025, there would literally be a Confederate States of America that the rest of the world would have to recognize.
Boy.
See?
Boy.
Heard's revised statutes, the Religious Corporation Act, 1872, does not and cannot create a corporation greater than itself. It can't. It's impossible. This is what Prophet Drew Ali said, divine warning by the prophet for the nations. There is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government and of the earth, and it comes only through the connection of the Moorish Divine National Movement, which is what? Incorporated in this government and recognized by all other nations of the world. How you separate from it, but you incorporated in it?
That's a total contradiction.
We gotta stop. Hold on. This is what the prophet said this in the memo when he took Lomax Bey out of office. When man fails after being placed head of the temple by the prophet of obeying our divine laws and constitutions, notice it says plural, he is a traitor, an enemy to the divine creed, and unloyal to the national government USA, to which this movement is to make men and women better citizens. That statement right there just explained how the movement is incorporated in the government. Its purpose is to make men and women better citizens. Boom. That's how. You see it? Yo. It's simple, people.
That's the problem. It's too simple.
That is the problem. It's too simple. That happens, brother C7. That happens with my students all the time. They laugh about it now when I bring it up. I'll teach them something, and I know to the best of my ability I'm teaching it correct. They'll come back a week later doing it totally wrong. I'll be like, I ain't teach you that. And they'd have the nerve to argue with me. How you arguing with me? I'm the one that taught it. Then I show it the right way, and you know what they always say? It's that easy? Yeah, it always was. What did we tend to do? Add to it. Yep. Like the Buddhists, they say in the West, y'all say go up to God. We say go down to God. Why do you Buddhists say go down to God? Because the reason we're separated is because we added stuff. God is in. You got to peel away the layers to get to him. Remember, what comes before love? Purity. Purity isn't adding on, it's taking away, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's removing the dirt.
There you go. Next slide.
Man.
Right. That on the left, that comes from the website. Lawful authority and treaty standing. This consulate for the United States of America. You see the words?
Man. God dang.
Operates under what? Ecclesiastical. We killed that already. Consular. We killed that already. And treaty authority. No, we call that back in the days the kitchen sink demonstration. You just throw it on the wall and hopefully something sticks. You
Paint
throw
the
everything
wall.
but the kitchen sink.
You paint the wall with your breakfast, huh?
Yeah, right. You put the ramen noodles on the wall. Wow.
That's crazy.
See?
Oh man.
Ain't that crazy? The 1787 and 1836 Treaty of Peace and Friendship between the Morocco and the United States. Then it says, our recorded ecclesiastical trust. Pause. Hold on. Again, classic kitchen sink demonstration. If you're under the Treaty of Peace and Friendship and you call yourself foreign, why are you talking about a recorded ecclesiastical trust?
Right. You don't have access to that.
Using American law. Exactly. Come on. Hold on. Our recorded foreign private operating trust withstanding under Title 26, right? CFR Section 141. Y'all know what that is? See, it sounds good and it sounds intimidating. Like, ooh, that's some law. Go look it up. It relates to the federal tax code. This is crazy.
What is he doing?
This is crazy. Okay, hold on. Registered and sealed international organization for treaty oversight and ecclesiastical government, filed under the original jurisdiction. Now, this one gets me a little tight. It does. Our registered and sealed international organization for treaty oversight and ecclesiastical government. Let's explain what they mean by that. They're saying that the Moorish Science Temple of America, the affidavit filed Cook County, July 20th, 1928. They're saying that it functions as treaty oversight and ecclesiastical government.
Wrong.
Right. See what I'm saying?
Come on.
Again, we just went over it. There is no laws in the state of Illinois or any state that allows for the creation of an entity greater than itself.
Or equal to it.
Or even equal. Crazy. So that's what's being said there. All registered and sealed international organization for treaty oversight and ecclesiastical government filed under the original jurisdiction of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Divine and National. Crazy.
Wow.
Then it says public notice under Title 18 United States Code, Sections 912, 1001, and 872, affirming lawful title and authority and identity with verified oaths and bonds on record. I'm about to show you all what they really mean by that. That's a big pile, like about 35 pages of affidavits and notices that they file with Cook County, Illinois. That's what they're talking about here. It's referring to paper filings. In other words, this is my proof, people. Here we go. And I'm not saying this to ridicule these people, these brothers and sisters. I'm not trying to ridicule them because maybe they just don't know. But follow me. I'm Chinese. No, y'all look at me. All of y'all look at me. Even the audience, look at me. I'm Chinese. And I'm going to file an affidavit to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to file a whole bunch of other paperwork in support of my assertion that I'm Chinese. That's going to make me officially Chinese. And you must recognize me as Chinese now.
What?
Yeah.
What is it? What do you mean?
Yeah. That's the logic. Literally the logic.
And at the camp.
East 49 said houseway. Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that this is an intelligent movement and members must represent it with the highest intelligence. like I said earlier, a lot of this has less to do with bad scholarship. It has more to do with faulty psychology
Facts. Well, you
and
part of
shaky sociology, as Sheikh Seven said.
Oh man.
That other statement, certified documentation establishing fiduciary status, consular immunity, and non-taxable foreign trust standing as required by law. Guess what that is? More paper filings.
terrorists.
Yeah.
Paperwork here.
Go to the next slide.
And this is wow.
This is an example of some of the stuff that they filed.
Oh man. Oh man.
You see this? Go to the next slide.
Oh man. What we doing bad?
Look at this one on the left. Oath of Amnesty and Reconstruction. Stop right there. We ain't even gonna go no further. Do you know what that means? See, we don't know history. This is this is Reconstruction history. Follow me. You know what the Oath and Amnesty and Reconstruction were required, who that was required for? Y'all know who that was required for? That was required for the former Confederates to come back to the Union.
Oath and Amnesty.
They had to swear allegiance all over again.
Oh man. Oh bro. Oh man. What is
All right,
this?
next slide. Next slide.
Man, what is
Look at the one on the left. Look what it says.
commercial affidavit of notice of appointment? What?
Look at who it goes to, who it went to, or who's named on it. It didn't go to these people, but look who's named on it.
Trump.
Keep going.
Man.
Mark Rubio.
Pete.
Doug Burgum.
Look at the bottom. Look what it says at the bottom.
Christine.
To all. Read that.
To all who is that? Shall call.
To all whom present shall come. I did it say I? I'm just trying to say that I.
I, holy prophet, and overjoyedly agree thee with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and notify the nations or governments of the earth. United States, united. What?
All right, next slide.
Oh, this is him.
Yeah.
Boy, you're lying.
Next slide. You see this?
What?
So you hear some people will talk about Torrent system, right? Nobody ever looks it up though. They say, but Cook County, that's where the Torrent system exists, and that's to register land. So it must be talking about land. The Torrent system is an alternative method of registering a land title. Its use in the document is based on the false notion that the mandate was for land possession. You see? This is crazy.
My brother. And I know I'm laughing and I don't.
But look at what it says at the top. It says amendment. Look at what it says. To make amendment to document 1010-5905.
How?
You're going to amend the prophet's affidavit?
Bro, you wow. You a wild boy. You wow.
All the beneficiaries of all said trusts and properties. Jesus.
Yo, isn't this crazy?
It says are non-taxpayers.
How we not? Okay, hold on. How you sovereigns but not taxpayers? Because you know what the first thing a sovereign does? Pays his bills.
Yeah. Oh man, this Ayo man. Hey, look.
All right, real quick, I need you to do this real fast. Hit the next button 3 times. I got to go to the end because I want to skip. I want to skip the next 2 slides and just go all the way to the end.
1, 2, 3.
There you go. Thank you, brother. Now we're gonna finish up.
All right.
This is off that page. This is the bottom of that website. I want you all to read it now.
We are the original and standing consulate of the United States for the Moroccan Empire, operating under the 1787 and 1836 Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Our jurisdiction is not
Theoretical.
Theoretical. It is a treaty. It is treaty recognized, internationally binding, and
ecclesiastically ordained. Stop right there. First of all, what is the definition of the word jurisdiction? What does jurisdiction mean? Here it is, people. Jurisdiction in the general sense just means authority, right?
Yeah.
But in the judicial sense, jurisdiction means the power to hear a case. That's what it means. That's what it mees.
Mm-hmm.
Again, what in the world does that got to do with the price of tea in China?
A lot. No,
That's it, right? All right, keep reading. Sheik 7, keep reading.
As I say, we do not ask for permission. We do not operate under corporate fictions.
Stop right there. So we don't operate under corporate fictions. But you filed something with Cook County.
About to get you locked up.
All right. Now keep reading.
We are not citizens. We are heirs.
Stop. It says we are not citizens. What did Prophet Drew Ali say?
We are citizens of the
USA. Let's keep going. I know that's what my nationality card says.
We protect the sovereign rights of the Moorish American people. We enforce treaty law, Muslim law.
Stop. Somebody Google Muslim law, Black's Law Dictionary definition.
Okay, while Black's Law Dictionary does not have a specific entry for Muslim law, the term is understood to refer to Sharia, an Islamic legal system derived from the Quran and the Sunnah and the Hadith of the Prophet Muhammad. It is a system of duties incumbent upon Muslims, with its application of often limited to personal status laws like marriage, inheritance in many countries.
Now here's the thing. Actually, Black's Law Dictionary, not the modern ones, but my 3rd edition and the 4th edition do have definitions for Muslim law. You know what it was?
What?
It was an autonomous body of law for Muslims in India during British occupation. In other words, it was what the British occupation allowed for their captives in their territory when they occupied India. That's what it was.
Well, this don't fit the context.
Exactly.
This is not contextual at all.
No. No.
Muslim law and the supreme law of the land. We hold governments and corporations accountable under trust and commercial law. We issue seals, writs, and enforcement instruments under international authority. We are not a nonprofit. We are not a political party. We are not a movement. We are the government. We represent the Moorish heirs, the true inheritors of the land, the estates, the gold, the federal trust, and the sacred covenant of the Americas. Every seal we place is backed by divine authority, treaty protection, and federal supremacy.
How? Treaty protection and federal supremacy, how they go together?
Boy,
No, this is gonna get some people hurt.
No,
like for real. Like this is bad, man.
Well, he put everything he had in his kitchen in the same pot.
And tossed it.
Well,
you hear me? Forget the window.
Now, one last thing I'm gonna say. All those filings, right? That you know, collection of filings. What is being done or what's being presumed is once it's done, listen close.
It's official.
Once it's done, what many of these people are telling people is once you file it, you're now protected under the prophet's trust. You can now discharge all your debts against the trust because the prophet owns the land and the land is being protected by the trust. So you don't got to pay no bills no more.
Yeah, all right.
Brother, I wish I was making that up. And
I
really wish I was exaggerating or making that up. And I'm not.
I know, Mo.
Yo, bro, this is.
But I'm still stuck, though.
Yeah, I'm not making this up, bro.
Bro, wait a minute. Are you freaking?
We are not a non-profit political party movement.
He say, "Whoa, check this out."
He say y'all not a movement, but my head hurt.
He say, we close fraudulent courts. We hold public officers to their oaths and bonds.
In other words, what did you say earlier, brother McGriffith, about what's now called paper terrorism? Do what we say, or we're gonna file a lien on you.
Bingo.
Well, you know what happened years ago in your state? I know. Somebody did that. They filed a lien on a judge.
Got clapped for it.
Okay, hold on. Let me back up first. You remember what we read out of Black's Law Dictionary earlier about what the sovereign power actually is in America? What is it?
It's the people.
The electoral process. You got to vote.
Yeah.
Why? What does that do? It changes the laws, which change what? The social environment in which you live.
The conditions in which you live.
In other words, you change the matrix. That's how. Bingo. It used to be a window, now it's a brick wall. See that? That's what they did in North Carolina to this one person who filed a lien against a judge against his home. He wasn't even aware of the lien until they tried to refinance the home. And the wife found out. But guess what the constituents did? Remember, the constituents are part of what people? The sovereign people. In other words, the people that vote. Guess what they did? Judge, we got you. No problem. They drafted and got a bill passed into law. Listen close. That made it a Class C felony to file a frivolous lien. They changed the matrix on you.
So now you don't want to play that game.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Well, yeah.
They changed the matrix on you. But what game was the Prophet playing in 1928? The same game. 3,000 members, all voting for the same people in one direction. Issues based, not party based. Issues based. The Prophet showed us the way. The Prophet did it the right way. We just not listening. We think we know more than the Prophet.
Boy, this is
Yeah, but see, to even be able to say you know more than the Prophet, you got to first know what he did to begin with.
Many of them.
I say still trying to figure that out.
They ain't figured it out yet. Figured it out yet.
Islam. He said, we repossess what belongs to the people. If you are a rightful heir, a treaty national.
What is a treaty national?
Something he made up, evidently.
What is that? Or a private living man or woman ready to reclaim what was stolen. Hold on.
Oh, y'all in the chat. I was like, don't sit down.
No. We're reading the slide.
Oh.
The piece over to the left. Piece over to the right.
We have a chapter in the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America that also speaks to remember, nationality is what kind of science? Sociology. Black born science means death. What science? Sociology. We have a chapter called the social duties. When thou considerest thy wants, when thou beholdest thy imperfections, acknowledge his goodness, O son of humanity, who did what? Honored thee with humanity, and endowed thee with speech, and placed thee in society to receive and confer reciprocal helps, and what? Mutual obligations, protections from injuries, thy enjoyments of the comforts and the pleasures of life. All these thou owest to what? The assistance of others, and couldst not enjoy but what? In the bands of society. Nationality is the foundation of mankind, but why? Who can say why? Because humanity is a communal being.
Yeah.
That's why.
We were created to be social.
Period. So look at what it says on that slide.
Man was created in nations and tribes.
There you go, brother. That's what the Quran, Surah 49, Ayat 13. But on the slide, if you're a rightful heir, a treaty national, or a private living man or woman ready to reclaim what was stolen. What? Every living thing is bound by cords to every other living thing. They're saying it. What are they basically saying? Come get a bag.
Yeah, come get your portion.
There you go. As an individual.
The psychology is messed up.
Yo, we down bad, bro.
What you say, Mo? The shame and the glory has been misplaced.
The glory and the shame is misplaced. How did the Quran of Mecca say it? By the time, surely man is at loss. See?
Oh, man.
Yo, we down bad. You look at this. You see this?
And then he quoted the Prophet Noble Drew Ali right after all that.
Right. Well, that's half a quote, bro.
Is it?
I don't know where the Prophet said the only way out the fire is through the fire. Where you heard that from?
He pieced his stuff together.
I brought you everything to take to save a nation. I take it and say it's. Oh yeah.
He pieced that all together. Man, this is crazy.
Ain't it crazy, bro?
This is crazy.
Hey, everybody in the chat, yo, share this. Put a warning sign on this.
Man.
Put a lot of warning, red flags, put all that on it. Cause whoo.
Islam Project Baby and Me says, can you address the Pan American law of 1928?
I'm not sure. Brother, can you be more specific about that? I'm not sure what that means exactly. The Pan American Law of 1928. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure on what you mean by that specifically. Yeah, not quite sure.
I say pledge allegiance to the Moroccan Empire and its
Oh,
treaties.
you looking at Afro Samurai Scroll?
Yeah, stating that I'm a Moorish
I
Moroccan.
did it in an affidavit included in my passport application. Passport application to who?
Right.
Renouncing U.S. citizenship.
While pledging allegiance to the Moroccan Empire, but you got to pledge allegiance to the Moroccan Empire to the Moroccan Empire. So who was that? Who? You just can't make a statement and say, I pledge allegiance to the Moroccan Empire. Where is it? And who?
Yeah.
Who are the representatives? Who are the government officials? How were they appointed or elected? What's their email address? What's their names? See, it can't be some nebulous Moroccan Empire and where, that's irresponsible.
Yep. And you can't say the kingdom either.
Well, here it is. If you say the kingdom, that means you can give me a name of a representative and an official who accepted your pledge of allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he said that was something that 1920.
Because guess what that's called? That's called patriation. That means you expatriated from the United States, repatriated to the Kingdom of Morocco. That means you're a subject of the King of Morocco. Woo! Yeah, you're right.
The phrase Pan American Law of 1928 does not refer to a single law, but rather to a series of conventions, treaties negotiated and signed during the Sixth International Conference of the
in Havana, Cuba, the Organization of American States and the Pan American Union. Yep.
Yeah. So
it's not a singular thing. That's why I had asked the brother the question I asked. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, you know what, brothers? It is 12 midnight, man. I got to get up out of here, man. We've been cooking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's long.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Honest and gratitude to the chat.
The chat stayed heavy. It's 73
I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's lit. It's lit, man. We appreciate all of you. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. We need you to hit the like button. Please share this to your social medias. Also, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get our way up to our 3,000 mark. We still a small but growing channel, but we appreciate each and every one of you for your support, your participation, and we inshallah we strive and we desire that you continue to support and continue to come to Let's Think Podcast. Also, those who will be watching this video after, watching the playback, you can also still super chat.
Yes.
You can still super thanks. And the Cash App is not rolling across the stream, but it's most definitely in the comment section. You can always, Brother Sharif Anael-Bey's Cash App is in the comments. Let me put that up there.
Yeah. Also, too, I like to say this again. Maybe some of you disagree with what was presented today. Praise Allah. Let's have a discussion and let's make it public so that people can benefit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and I'm definitely willing to facilitate that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh no, it wouldn't happen any other place than Let's Think Podcast.
Oh man, that's an honor.
Sweet.
You already knew.
Yes, sir. Here is our brother's demonstration. Hold on, I want to put this up there so it at least be in the playback when they see it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Here we go. Show. So there's Sharif Anael-Bey's Cash App. You can always, it's right there. Allow me to do this. You see, here's allow me to do this right quick. Boom, 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 boom. And then we can end this and get out of here
Yes, sir.
because I definitely got some. Boy, the day calls tomorrow. That's
Mhm.
all. Inshallah. Um, and here's Let's Think Podcast Cash App link right here.
Hmm?
You can always donate there. And then again, I appreciate you all for coming into the to the program today and really showing up and showing out, man. I appreciate y'all. Really appreciate you. And Project Baby and me, my brother Moore, I truly appreciate
Yes,
your
sir.
support. Absolutely. And we need to get that brother up here on this demonstration. Um uh Brother Sharif,
Yes, sir.
I know you came back. You done got the people. Got your feet wet. Got the people back fired up. So, you know, they're gonna be expecting to see more of you.
Oh, you already know. And that's
Yes,
a promise. Y'all go. Yep, I'm back regular. I'm back at it.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nick Bryant, 7912. Honest and gratitude for the super chat. I mean, super thanks. I really appreciate you.
Yes.
Um. So so we will be letting the people know when Sharif will be back. We'll let
Absolutely.
you know shortly. I'll probably let you know if in the next couple of days because we always put the shows together.
For
Um,
sure.
but yeah, hit the like button, subscribe. Once we get to 3,000, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I still haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna give away, but I'm gonna give a lucky subscriber a gift once we get to 3,000 subscribers.
Let's
And
do it.
and every time we hit another 1,000, I'll strive to do a giveaway. So
And it.
please, please, please share, like, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned. Islam,
Outstanding. Yes, sir.
Islam.
Love you,
Islam.
brothers, man. Keep up the work.
Love.
This is I love I love what you all are doing. I'm honored to be part and partial. And yo, we gonna keep cooking.
Yes, sir. We're gonna keep cooking.
Oh,
Inshallah.
real quick, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Let me do it now. I want to give praise to Allah. Allah is almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible, but closer to us than our jugular vein. I want to extend honors to the last prophet, Prophet Noble Drali. I want to extend honors to the forerunner, Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I want to extend honors to everything you all extended honors to. I want to
Islam.
extend honors to my leadership, Brother R. Jones Bey, and his assistant, Brother A. Hopkins Bey. Brother A. Hopkins Bey was my first Grand Sheik, man. It's my guy. I want to extend honors to everyone who was viewing tonight. And I want to extend honors to Let's Think Podcast.
Islam.
Islam.
It's good to be back.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
good to
yes.
have you back. And honors and gratitude to you and everything you gave honors to.
Yes, sir. Praise the Lord.
And we can't wait to get you back in here. This how we see this our opportunity to kick it like brothers and do what brothers do, and
Yes.
and we all stay.
Yo, bro, I missed that. Just being able to do this with y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
I
sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
a joy.
And this is one of the beautiful benefits of this technology that brother Jarvis McGriffell stays an hour or so away from me, close to 2 hours away from me. Our brother, he stays in Syracuse, New York. So that's a long way away from me. But the beauty of this technology allow us to be in the same space and still have the camaraderie and opportunity to build and communicate and dialogue with each other. So,
That's real.
and then it's great to present the dialogue and all of those things to the public because this is really us. You know what I mean? It's really us.
Right.
Bro, it really is. Ain't none of this scripted.
No.
No, it's just really us. So
yeah, you really getting us. That's right.
absolutely.
Yep.
And so allow us to get up out of here because all of us have early morning. So and it's already morning. So we love y'all. Islam. 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 Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.